Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a world where magic isn't just real, but uh, wild, unpredictable, and sometimes just wonderfully bizarre.
Right.
Today, we're diving deep into a stack of sources from Piers Anthony's Dragon on a Pedestal. That's a seventh book in his Xanth series.
A personal favorite, actually.
Our mission,
Mm-hmm.
to pull out those surprising nuggets of knowledge about this whimsical realm, discover where true strength really lies, and, see how the most disparate elements can unexpectedly connect for a common good.
And what's truly compelling about this narrative, I think, is how it fundamentally challenges our usual ideas of heroism and power.
Yeah.
We'll find it's not always about brute force or like traditional grand magic, but about something far more subtle and honestly quite profound.
Mm.
This story beautifully illustrates how even the smallest or, the most unexpected figures can have the biggest, most lasting impact.
So our journey into Xanth, it begins with Queen Irene. She's riding a centaur, and she's got her 3-year-old daughter, Ivy, with her.
Right. Just a normal day, seemingly.
Until suddenly, Irene is hit by this terrifying, almost still life kind of vision. 2 statues, one of the daymare, Imbri, and the other, well, it's a dragon perched on a pedestal.
And there's this feeling, this aura of impending danger wrapped around it all.
Exactly. This vision immediately casts a shadow of unease over their world. It sets the tone, doesn't it?
It really does. And this vision, combined with this mysterious outbreak of amnesia that starts affecting both people and animals across Xanth,
Yeah, they just forget who they are.
it instantly signals a profound disturbance. Something's really wrong. And we see King Dor, even though he's maturing, he's still heavily reliant on the wisdom of the Good Magician Humfrey.
Still needs that backup.
Which raises an important question, right? What kind of crisis could possibly be so significant it forces Xanth's leadership to gather in secret at Castle Zombie?
Castle Zombie, of all places.
A place that kind of embodies the very edge of their known world. It's clear some foundational assumptions about their stability are about to be shattered.
And speaking of Castle Zombie, it's home to a truly unusual cast. You've got the zombie master himself, always very neat in his black suit.
Yeah, surprisingly dapper.
And his 16-year-old twins, Hiatus and Lacuna. Lacuna has that unique sort of artistic talent for forming words on water.
Which is just such a Xanth thing, isn't it?
Totally. Then there's Millie, the zombie master's wife, and Dor's former governess, who, despite affecting every man, is described as permanently innocent.
It's an ensemble that right away tells you, okay, this isn't your average fantasy setting.
Not at all.
Absolutely. This unusual group, coupled with the initial crisis, it reinforces a core insight of Xanth. The world operates on its own set of rules. Even the most bizarre characters have a place, and their very existence signals a departure from the expected. This early setup really underscores how a seemingly stable, magical realm can suddenly face these huge existential threats from unexpected quarters.
So the source of Xanth's troubles is soon revealed by the good magician Humfrey.
Yeah.
He calls them forget whirls.
Forget whirls. Sounds almost whimsical, but they're dangerous.
They're not just a nuisance. They're swirling pockets of amnesia spinning off from a breaking forget spell in the Gap, that huge chasm that usually brings peace to Xanth.
And Humfrey explains that the Gap Dragon, which is currently rampaging around, is actually essential for the Gap's well-being.
Which sounds completely backwards.
It does. He says it must not be harmed.
But here's where it gets really wild, right? Humfrey, the all-knowing wizard, the guy with the answers.
Yeah, the infallible source.
He actually becomes a victim himself.
Imagine the shock. Xanth's wisest magician, who typically has answers for everything, reduced to, well, a diapered baby.
How does that happen?
Well, he tries to get water from the secret fount of youth, but there's this mishap with the youth elixir during an encounter with the Gap Dragon.
Oh, no.
And boom, both he and the dragon are youthened into infants. Humfrey, the great magician, is first like an 8-year-old boy, then shrinks down to a baby being cared for by his wife, the Gorgon.
Wow. That instantly raises questions about who Xanth can possibly rely on now. Their primary source of wisdom is, quite literally, in diapers.
Exactly. It completely upends the power dynamic, doesn't it?
Totally. Meanwhile, 3-year-old Ivy, Queen Irene's daughter, the one with her mother's green-tinged plant-growing magic.
Yeah.
She's inadvertently taken by a zombie, just sort of wanders off with one and gets exposed to a forget whirl.
And just like that, she loses her memory, forgets home, forgets her parents, gone.
So sad.
But crucially, this is where Ivy's own magic, this unclassified talent she has, starts to unfold. It's for enhancement.
Enhancement, what does that mean exactly?
It's the ability to intensify the qualities of those around her, and it proves far more potent than anyone could have imagined.
Okay, give us an example.
Think about Hugo, Humphrey's son. He was previously described as, slow, kind of ugly, with basically useless magic
Right.
under Ivy's influence. He becomes handsome, intelligent, and suddenly capable of conjuring perfect, delicious fruit out of thin air.
Just by being near her.
Just by her presence and, crucially, her belief in him. And get this, the baby Gap Dragon, whom Ivy affectionately nicknames Stanley.
Stanley the Dragon. Love it.
He is completely transformed by her love.
Yeah.
He gains these amazing metal scales, vibrant colors, and produces incredibly hot steam.
Wow.
It's remarkable how Ivy, through pure innocence and affection, literally tames and, enhances one of Xanth's most formidable creatures.
It shows that true power isn't always about what you can do, maybe, but what you can bring out in others.
Precisely. It's about influence and belief.
So with Humphrey out of commission and Ivy's memory gone, she, Hugo, and the now enhanced baby dragon Stanley, they start this journey, whimsical but also pretty perilous, through the Xanth wilderness.
And the landscape itself is just brimming with utterly bizarre creatures and plants. You get these incredibly talkative yaks.
That you can only stop if you know the trick, right?
Exactly. And armadillo, plants that smell strongly of pickle brine. A football made of actual, different kinds of feet. And centaurs playing people shoes, like horseshoes, but with human footwear.
Only in Xanth.
This balance of the whimsical and the dangerous is absolutely key to understanding Xanth. And it's the crucible in which Ivy's unique abilities truly shine.
Because it's not all fun and games.
Not at all. While there are amusing oddities, like the milk-producing milk snake or lollipops on a popsicle plant, there are also real threats. Things like the torment pine or the bumblebee, not a bee, a letter B, which causes extreme clumsiness.
Right. It highlights the unpredictable nature of magic there. Seemingly innocent things can have unexpected effects.
And it's fascinating to see Ivy's innocent perspective filter everything. For instance, she interprets her father putting her mother on a pedestal as a literal invisible enchantment.
Because magic is just normal for her.
It shows her natural affinity for magic and belief. She just accepts it.
One significant challenge they face is King Cumulofractonimbus. He's the king of clouds.
And very volatile. Tempest-headed, literally.
He zaps Hugo just for calling him Scud, which is, a type of cloud.
Yeah, bit of an overreaction. But Ivy's sharp thinking, amplified by her enhancement magic, allows Hugo to figure out this brilliant defense.
What do you do?
He uses exploding pineapples and cherry bombs, the fruit kind, to repel the Cloud King. It's inventive and effective.
Nice.
And we also see Ivy's influence extend to others, like the Cyclops Brontes.
Okay, what happens with him?
Well, after hearing their stories, Brontes gains Hooray vision.
Hooray vision, like X-ray.
Essentially, yeah. It enables him to see through objects, even mountains, and locate his long-lost brothers across vast distances.
Wow, so her belief directly activates or enhances magic in others.
It seems so. Her pure belief and presence have this direct, tangible impact. It's a powerful metaphor, really, for how encouragement can unlock potential we didn't even know was there.
So while Ivy's off on this enhancement-fueled adventure,
Right.
Queen Irene is equally determined to find her daughter. But her journey is just as fraught with its own magical perils.
Yeah, she's navigating castles that turn out to be mere illusions.
Tricky.
And even confronting something called reverse wood.
Reverse wood, what does that do?
It causes her plant magic, her own talent, to act backward. So instead of growing things, she shrinks objects or grows smaller versions.
That must be incredibly frustrating for her.
You'd think so, but Irene's resourcefulness here is truly impressive. Despite her power being effectively reversed, she cleverly uses this very limitation to her advantage.
Ow.
She shrinks a castle door to gain entry. It shows her unwavering determination, even without Humphrey's direct guidance. True leadership isn't just about raw power, it's adaptability.
Good point. And inside that castle?
Inside, she faces Xanthippe the witch. And Xanthippe's ambition is ruthless and clear.
What does she want?
She attempts to compel Irene into marrying her son Xavier, all to secure a powerful golden grandchild and further her own lineage. It's all about power and legacy for her.
Man, things just keep getting more complicated for Irene.
And as if her perilous journey wasn't enough, it leads her right into this truly surprising confrontation. The Furies appear.
The Furies, like the ancient Greek creatures of vengeance.
Those very ones, they suddenly show up, accusing everyone of neglecting their parents. Classic Fury move.
But here's the fascinating part, right? The immunity of the undead.
Exactly. Specifically Zora the zombie. Their curses, which terrify the living, have absolutely no effect on her.
Why is that?
The source suggests their power just doesn't work on the dead. And Zora, who suffered cruel wrongs in her life, selflessly uses this immunity to protect the others. It highlights that even in death, nobility and purpose can persist.
That's actually really moving.
It reveals a critical nuance about magic in Xanth. It's not always logical or uniformly powerful. This limitation allows Zora, a character often underestimated, to become this unexpected hero.
And doesn't that lead to another twist?
It does. It leads to the truly surprising outcome of Xavier, the witch's son, falling head over heels in love with Zora at a love spring.
With the zombie. Wow.
It completely challenges our assumptions about who can be a hero and who can find love, right? Totally unexpected.
So amidst all these personal quests and magical encounters, the greatest threat to Xanth finally emerges. The Wiggles.
Wiggles! Sounds almost cute, but they are terrifying.
They're not just annoying. They are tiny, incredibly destructive worms that zap through anything.
Like little lasers, leaving vacuums and holes, puncturing wood, rock, anything. They can even hole people.
Ow. And they multiply rapidly.
Incredibly fast. They can devastate the entire landscape if left unchecked. This threat is so severe, it actually transcends all the usual conflicts and traditional enmities in Xanth.
So what happens?
It forces a truly unprecedented community effort. Queen Irene marshals this incredible alliance. You've got Cyclops with their clubs, giants, Mammoths, these huge woolly mammoths.
Okay.
Pinches, which are small birds with these outsized beaks perfect for catching Wiggles. Even the monster under the bed creatures who turn out to be numerous and surprisingly helpful.
Everyone pitches in.
Everyone. The zombie master joins, animating fallen combatants to keep fighting. Even the Furies surprisingly join the battle, using their curses somehow to spin out Wiggles.
Even the Furies. Wow.
And finally, the Simurgh, the wisest bird alive, arrives. It broadcasts these powerful thoughts to rally all of Xanth and provide seeds of light to illuminate the battlefields so they can fight through the night.
That's an amazing image. A whole world united.
It's a profound illustration of what can be achieved when everyone, regardless of their past or nature, pulls together for a common cause.
And amidst all this chaos, you mentioned another conflict gets resolved. The Goblin and Harpy War.
That's right, a centuries-old war. We meet Glory Goblin and Hardy Harpy, whose forbidden love becomes this powerful metaphor for breaking those ancient, ingrained grudges.
How does that resolution come about?
Kem the Centaur plays a crucial diplomatic role here. She makes this really insightful point. She observes that both goblin and harpy species are actually weakening due to generations of inbreeding.
Interesting angle.
She cleverly contrasts this with the vigor you see in human mundane crossbreeds in Xanth, arguing that interbreeding, not continued warfare, is the only path to species survival and strength. It's a pragmatic, almost biological argument for peace.
Makes sense. But what's really remarkable is the revelation of half-talents.
Yes, this is fascinating. Glory and Hardy discovered that while neither goblins nor harpies traditionally possess magic on their own, their combined presence somehow activates latent half-talents within each other, things like invisibility or levitation.
So together they have magic they don't have alone.
Exactly. They demonstrate this by becoming invisible together. And Gorbage, the goblin chief, even discovers he can briefly levitate, but only when dancing with a harpy.
That's incredible.
This concept of complementary half-talents offers such a powerful insight. True strength often comes not from individual power, but from finding the right matchup, embracing diversity, and combining abilities in unexpected ways.
Synergy, basically.
Pretty much. The resolution of their conflict culminates in this joyful multiplication dance, where former enemies come together in celebration. It beautifully illustrates that harmony can unlock hidden potentials in everyone, making them greater than the sum of their parts.
So, back to the Wiggles.
Yeah.
As this massive community effort battles them on a large scale.
Right, the big picture fight.
Ivy, Hugo, and Stanley are deep within the swarm. They're using a forget whirl, one of those amnesia things, as a kind of precarious shield to approach the main Wiggle nest.
A very dangerous mission. They face a critical moment crossing this ravine, battling strong winds, and King Fracto, the Cloud King, even makes another troublesome appearance.
And this is where Stanley the Dragon really shines, doesn't he?
This segment culminates in Stanley's heroic sacrifice. It's a truly poignant moment, despite suffering multiple painful holings from the Wiggles.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they damage his wings, his tail, his neck. He just keeps pushing that forget world forward with his now enhanced wings. His ultimate act of strength and selflessness, fueled entirely by Ivy's unwavering belief in him, ensures the whirl makes it across the ravine to wipe out the nest.
That's amazing. It's such a powerful testament to the extraordinary bond formed by Ivy's unique, innocent influence.
Absolutely. It shows that loyalty and love can inspire just incredible heroism, even in a baby dragon facing impossible odds.
And so, the converging efforts of all of Xanth, from the giant community battle down to this small group's heroic act.
It all leads to the eventual containment and elimination of the Wiggle threat. Xanth is saved.
And in the aftermath, Irene, the Gorgon, and Zora, who's now rejuvenated, though still undead, which is another story, they find Ivy and Hugo safe and sound.
Right, a reunion, finally. And
Yeah.
this entire narrative, when you look back at it, truly reveals that power in Xantha doesn't always reside where you expect it. Not in the grandest gestures or the most feared figures.
Yeah, it's often found in the most unexpected places.
A child's unwavering love, an inferior or unclassified talent like Ivy's enhancement, the quiet resilience of the undead like Zora, or the collective wisdom of a united community, even the ancient Simurgh.
So the initial vision of danger for Ivy, the dragon on the pedestal.
It's resolved not through conventional force, but through her own inherent qualities and the combined strength of an entire diverse realm pulling together. It fundamentally reshapes our understanding of what constitutes effective power and influence, doesn't it?
It really does.
And I think this deep dive into Xanth really underscores a profound and honestly actionable idea that our perceptions, our beliefs, and especially our encouragement can literally shape the reality of those around us. Ivy's enhancement talent isn't just some magical quirk. It's a powerful metaphor for how unwavering belief can unlock hidden potential in others, how it can turn perceived weaknesses into strengths, and even tame the most formidable monsters in our lives, or maybe just the difficult parts of ourselves.
It really asks us to reconsider where true influence and positive change actually originate. It's not always from the top down.
Exactly. It can come from anywhere, from anyone, if the belief is strong enough.
And that's our deep dive into the wondrous, weird, and ultimately quite wise world of Xanth, where terrifying visions lead to surprising alliances, and every creature, no matter how small or strange, seems to have a vital role to play.
A place where belief is maybe the strongest magic of all.
So, what surprising potential might lie dormant in your world, maybe in the people around you or even in yourself, just waiting to be enhanced by a little belief and a whole lot of heart? Thank you for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep an eye out for those hidden talents.